I'm Devorah Wallen, and I'd like to share my Tea for Two, my Torah thought, for 2 minutes, more or less. This week's Torah portion, Vayishlach, has a myriad of themes and stories. It is action-packed with family issues, wrestling with an angel, absconding with idols, family disgrace, abuse and retribution, family reunion, as well as other emotional and thought-provoking episodes. I would like to focus on two words that seem very similar at first glance. 2 weeks ago in Parshas Toldos we read, "Now Esav harbored a grudge against Yaakov because of the blessing which his father had given him, and Esav said to himself, 'As soon as the mourning period for my father is past, I will kill my brother Yaakov.' Hearing this, Rivka advised Yaakov to run to his uncle Lavan to seek refuge from his angry brother. Her hope was that Esav would calm down before they meet each other again. In our Parsha, before Yaakov encounters his brother Esav, he prays, asking God to save him from his brother's anger. On the way, Yaakov sends an entourage of messengers ahead of him and his loved ones. They let him know that Esav is coming with 400 men. Yaakov appeased him with generous gifts. As the verse says, he brought 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milk camels with their colts, 40 cows and bulls, 20 she-asses, and 10 he-asses. Perplexed, Esav asks him what he means with all of this. Yaakov responded it was to find his favor. Esav declines, telling him he's got a lot of stuff. Yaakov pleads, requesting that he take his gift because, as Yaakov similarly says, "I have everything." We know that Yaakov and Esav were fraternal twins because they are not at all like each other. Here we will see how their basic outlooks on life are diametrically opposite. If we look carefully at the wording of these verses in chapter 33, we see the wording that Esav uses is slightly different from that which Yaakov uses. Esav's expression is yesh li rav, I have a lot of stuff. Yaakov says yesh li kol, I have everything. We know the Torah is very exact, with every word, letter, and even slight decorative flourish on the letters known as tagim or crowns. There's nothing accidental or extra. The two brothers are basically saying to each other that they have much substance. Why the difference in the words Rav and Kol? A lot and everything. When we look at the literal meaning of the word Rav, it means a lot of individual and disparate things or a multitude. It can also mean fighting. The related word in modern Hebrew, harbe, means a lot or many, a multiple. One might say, when there are multiple opinions, a rav or fight could ensue. On the other hand, the word kol means all, implying all together, all inclusive, self-contained and unified as one, like the expression Kol Yisrael, all of Israel, collectively as a people. The commentator, the Kli Yakar, explains that when Esav says he has rav, a lot, it is because his focus is on the physical and material pleasures, the multiplicity of things. In the physical arena, with the Rav focus, there can never be enough. So he says, I have a lot. Whereas Yaakov's approach is from a totally different perspective. He says, yesh li kol, I have it all. Somebody who sets his sights on meaningful or spiritual attainments, not trying to amass a multitude of material goods, has everything. Although Yaakov was blessed to have both, his focus was on God and the unitary purpose of creation to bring awareness of God into the world through kindness to others, through good and godly behavior and aspirations. Happiness and satisfaction are not based on the physical goods that we have, but the other qualities that truly define us as humans, using what we have in a meaningful way. In the Mishnah Pirkei Avos, it says, "Who is the rich one? The one who is satisfied with his lot." Parenthetically, I had a guest who had a great sense of humor, and he would recite this Mishnah and say, yeah, if I had a lot, I'd be happy too. But in fact, we often see people who have everything material imaginable, but they are lacking in true happiness and fulfillment. At the end of benching, the grace after meals, we say, Dorshei Hashem lo yachzru chol tov. Those who seek out Hashem will not lack any good. Happiness is not about how much we have, but how we look at it and what we do with it. May we all follow in the ways of Yaakov Avinu, our father Yisrael, and feel truly rich, that we have it all, since we are satisfied with our lot and using and appreciate what we have.